Are you gonna get trashed
Right.
on another canned margarita for this one, Jeffrey?
Yeah, Jeffrey, you're gonna
Remember,
drink one
remember when
drink
Jeffrey
and
got
go nuts.
blackout drunk last episode?
Yes, whatever.
Maybe you'd start winning if you started coming to work sober.
Maybe I win and stop.
Stop.
You
That
have
hurt
to
my
stop.
feelings.
That's not funny.
One day we do roulette, and one of us has to take just a ton of edibles before the show. And by one of us, I mean Jeffrey.
We all do roulette, and then all of the like, if any of us hit, it just means Jeffrey has to do drugs.
Yeah.
That's
It's great.
If Josh took a ton of edibles before the show, it would be like the Matador thing with Josh forcing Max to keep talking, but for the whole show.
Oh yeah, I'd be
Josh would
miserable.
be a menace.
Can you? I'm actually realizing the depth of misery for me would be if it was one of those episodes where you guys are making me do a bunch of shit and I was high. Like that would be fucking horrible.
I think an episode where all four of us were high would be probably the worst piece of content we could
I think
roll
it'd be
out.
unwatchable. Unwatchable.
Or it'd be incredible, but for the wrong reasons. Like we
Yeah.
just talked about Hunter Biden doing those things. I think we'd get some of those things out of that.
We'd
You'd
get
be
the wrong
funny,
audience, I think. We'd get a pretty wild audience.
I'd be better on. I think a harder drug would be funnier, like coke or crack. Like an upper would be funnier, you know? Or if we all just did like speed, right? Dude, that we do all the same content, but it clocks in at 32 minutes. We're just like fucking ramming through. What if I started getting them all right? I was just like Jeffrey, Josh, Avery. I
That's the
just do.
secret.
Yeah.
But then you'd
Yeah.
have Josh on speed who would be viscerally mad about it. So, you know, we could never do it in the same place.
I don't want to see Josh on any drug ever. That sounds horrible.
I don't think drugs for me in a creative space is a good idea at all because I think it would affect my filter. Because I'm one of those people where like coworkers, and I'm using coworkers as a term to mean like boring people.
Yeah.
Where coworkers are like, man, you just don't have a filter. Because like I'll say offbeat shit, but I have the strongest filter I know. I've got a crazy strong filter. And if my filter falls off, it's over. It's over. It's over. I can't take drugs.
Yeah, that would be bad. That wouldn't be great.
You know who has no filter? Jeffrey.
I ain't got no filter.
Cool.
Was that the bit that you didn't have a filter, so you were yelling, "I don't have a filter"?
In like almost Ebonics.
You know what didn't have a filter? You know what didn't have a filter? The fish tank. I didn't take very good care of a couple years ago during COVID, and I gave away for free on Craigslist to a woman who seemed like she would take very good care of those two fish.
Did she?
Gave living fish away.
Yeah.
Like an adopted mother
yeah.
who's like, I can't take care of this child.
Okay, to be fair, I had adopted them from someone else. They were gradually getting promoted to better and better caretakers each time.
You were who was taking care of it before you? Who was the worst
Actually,
caretaker?
okay, never mind. First of all, I love those fish, and the reason I got really into fish and got really into the Reddit aquarium page for years and learned a lot about them is because at the college we all went to, the fucking women's softball team was selling.
Women again. Okay,
the women's softball team was selling as a fucking fundraiser beta goldfish or beta fish, I don't remember, in little fucking bags and giving them to fucking piece of shit alcoholic college students who are going to go put them in a bowl. And I was like, this doesn't seem right. So I learned a lot about how you have to filter and fucking treat water so fish don't fucking feel like they're constantly burning, and people don't do that. You have to remove the nitrates from the fucking water. So I took pretty good care of it, but then I didn't clean it as much as I needed to. And I guess the people before me weren't worse owners. They were just moving, so it would have been a worse situation for the fish because they didn't know where to give them. So I gave them a place to live, and then I went, you know what? This lady on Craigslist seems way better because she has a lot of fish already.
Wait,
I'm
so so sorry. What fish did you have? Like what types of fish?
Beta fish, right?
Okay.
I didn't have beta. I had a. Actually, it wasn't even. They weren't both fish. One of them was a little albino pleco, which are the little sucker fish, but it wasn't one of the ones that grow really big. It was a mini one, and the other one was a snail, and I named them Simon and Ezekiel. Welcome to Gaslight Gameshow, the only character-driven game show with real-world consequences. This is episode 19 of season 2, Spit Roast-feratu. Every week, a movie is selected, and we all watch it. And every week, each of our 3 contestants creates their own character and writes reviews for that film in their voices. The contestants swap their creations amongst themselves and read each other's work here live for the first time, responding to questions as the characters they wrote for one another. The catch, I have to guess who originally wrote what. Every episode has a winner and a loser. Winners get rewarded and losers get punished. No one's safe.
Losers get punished.
Not even me. As always, our contestants are Josh Horst.
Jeffrey didn't say it. That sucks.
Avery Baker.
Jeffrey didn't say it, and I'm feeling like we're not complete.
And I'm your host, Max McCune. This week, we have a featured guest, already not starting off on a great foot, Jeffrey Nolan. Jeffrey, would you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Losers get punished.
Nice, that was great. I was hoping it would happen. Cool. Before we start, let us say a prayer to our editor, Samantha. Saint Samantha, we ask you for guidance and thank you for your grace in the twilight of our decency and goodness. Amen.
Amen.
Moving on. Today, for episode 19 of season 2, Avery elected that we watch Nosferatu, a movie about the dangers of living in Eastern Europe. But before we discuss the dynamic geopolitics of the Balkans, we have some business to attend to. Jeffrey, what time is it?
Punishment time.
That's right. It's punishment time. Last week, Avery won. But with winners come losers, and last week, Jeffrey lost. And Jeffrey, what do losers get?
Punished.
That's
Hold on.
right, Jeffrey.
Can we time out for a second?
Are we timing out? Are we timing out for a second?
Just for a moment. Okay. I totally forgot about the plant thing. Here's the thing. Plant is alive. Okay? But this last week I had to film in -10, and it's going to be below freezing this weekend in Minneapolis, and that's the only time I can film, and I am not going to film outside in below freezing again. I am okay. Can I please just, like, once the temperature for the weekend will not be below freezing? I have an idea for a video. I think it'll be funny. I really don't want to do it outside in Minnesota in the winter.
Is this for the plant?
Oh,
Yes,
this
this
is
is for
about
the plant.
AR-15. I'm sorry, I'm with you now.
This is for the plant.
Is this the deadline week or whatever?
This is the week we check in on AR-15.
No, we have to check. We have to see him.
But
So,
then,
I
like,
mean-
because it is alive, then I would have to record something for next week about it, like the funeral, which I have an idea for, which I think would be fun, but I would need to be outside, and it is going to be below freezing again. And it was absolutely miserable doing it last time.
I don't want you to get, like, physically hurt at all.
Can we just wait until there will be a weekend where it is not below freezing?
Yeah,
And then we can check on the plant.
I will say yes, as long as we are allowed to keep in this really, really desperate plea as part of the episode, because I actually think it was really funny.
Samantha, keep it.
Samantha.
He sounded so scared that we were gonna say no. All right. Last week, Avery won, but with winners come losers, and last week, Jeffrey lost. And Jeffrey, what do losers get?
Punished.
I honest to God forgot what the punishment was. I'm so excited. That is right, Jeffrey. I'm gonna cry. And as punishment, he has to chug a Sprite live right now. But okay. All right. Now, Jeffrey, are you ready to chug?
Yes.
Hell yeah. All right. Drink up, slut.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
There's actually a pit in my stomach that just this. Yeah, I wasn't nervous about this until I felt it like cry. Until I felt him holding it in my hand, going, "Oh."
One breath. Go. Do it. Lock your lips. Don't unlock
I'm
your
actually
lips.
nervous for you too.
Chug it, baby. Chug it.
Just open the throat and let it flow.
Suck her
I
down.
can't
Don't
do
take it
that.
away from your lips. And
Okay.
go.
Come on, Virginia boy. Let's
Come
go.
on. Time's a wasting.
Okay.
Wait, move forward so we can see the bottle.
Yeah, keep it going.
Oh, look at him.
What's fun is we can really put anything we want in that green screen.
Whoever sends us the best Photoshop of what is
I'm so sorry.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep it going. Yeah.
Oh,
Don't stop.
Oh my god, his stomach's gonna hurt so bad the rest of the episode.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Come on. Come on.
Stop
Keep
doing the
sucking.
bits.
I'm locked in.
Uh,
You can do it.
oh.
I'm impressed. He's doing better than a lot of those TikToks.
There's our guy.
Look at that.
I mean, I feel so bad.
If you're gonna throw up, do it off camera.
Wait, Jeffrey.
The arrows are coming out.
I love you.
Wait, Jeffrey, I'm so sorry. Are you the friend of mine that like can't burp?
No, I can burp.
You can burp? Okay. I know someone who can't burp. I was afraid we just killed Jeffrey.
That would be great.
I'm honest to God, very impressed by how he did that.
I am too.
Oh. Do you feel an air bubble in there?
Is it not coming because you feel pressure to burp or?
No,
He's
it's
getting
coming a
perfect.
little bit, but it's just not good.
Shake it up
It's
a
just-
little bit.
It's just not coming fast. This sucks.
All right. Okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
do
Well,
little jackass punishments. So we have to keep all of these.
while we wait the whole episode for Jeffrey to burp, we're gonna move on to chatting about the movie. On IMDb, the synopsis for Nosferatu is a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and the terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. I'm sure we all have lots to say. 5 minutes is on the clock. Let's discuss.
All right, Jeffrey.
Yeah, go ahead.
A movie.
He sounds like Nosferatu.
He does.
It's a good movie. Super. I liked it. Willem Dafoe rips. Bill Skarsgård rips. I would say I was worried. I'm really not good at horror movies. I was worried it was going to be scary. Wasn't scary so much as just deeply upsetting.
Yeah.
The drinking sound effect was horrific.
It was.
Hate it. It was such a full gulp every time.
That was
Terrifying.
probably my favorite. That was probably my favorite little like horror moment of the movie. I thought that was really great. I like a lot about the movie. I think there's a lot of pieces that are great. I want more movies like it. I really like Willem Dafoe and Nicholas Hoult, and I thought Lily Rose Depp or whatever the fuck her name is did a great job. But
What's her name?
cool. Like I don't know why I added that other thing.
Yeah, you nailed it.
But I went into this when I saw it in theaters, kind of like wanting it to be like my favorite movie of the year. I was fucking excited about this for a long time and was sure it was right up my alley. And I thought it was, but there's some of it that I don't know. So not all the pieces totally came together for me. I think I really have to believe they're attracted to each other, that there's this weird like I didn't totally believe all the like intensity behind the intensity of this style. It reminded me a lot, mostly because it's the exact same plot as Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, the one with Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder. And that one, I very much buy into like all the actual lust and melodrama and shit like that. So this one just felt a little flat for me, and I give it like a when on rewatch, I felt the same thing. I give it like a 7.5 in that I really like it, really, really, really like it, but I wanted it to be like a 9 and it wasn't for me.
So you wanted a hotter vampire to make it more
No,
memorable.
not even a hotter vampire. I just didn't really believe when she was kind of like, oh, I'm actually like when they met, that whole scene really fell flat to me. I believed it previously from her, like her dreams and shit. I never really believed the lust from him. I was just kind of like, it's such a stylized performance that I didn't fully go like, I thought he was great, but I didn't fully buy into that. And when they finally meet in the bedroom, I was not fully like, oh fuck, like she like this is there's something spiritual behind this. I was kind of like, this is just like a kind of fucked up scene between them two, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you could have had a hotter vampire.
No, he was so hot. His dick too. You saw his dick in it
For like a second.
for a second. Not the way I watched it.
Yeah. Pause.
Pause, baby.
You gotta be quick on that. It was only there for a
Max.
second. Max was waiting. Max was waiting.
I was waiting.
Yeah, I liked this movie. I agree with Jeffrey. When I first saw it, I thought it was going to be a lot scarier than it was.
Yeah.
I think it is beautiful. They nailed the gothic element of that. That's not a hot take. Everyone's been saying that because it's absolutely true. The costuming, the filming style, I love pretty much anything Willem Dafoe does. I like what's his name? Her weak little husband.
Jacob.
Nicholas Holt.
Yeah, Nicholas Holt.
He was great. He's great.
love-
He's a solid fucking actor.
Oh, yeah.
I really like him.
People
Yeah,
talk
and
about him like being able to like act scared. He was fantastic.
He was
Like in the
Yes.
lead up to he was
I
great.
thought he was I could have been with him in the castle for a lot more of the movie. Like
too.
him just interacting with that, which is the plot of Dracula. I could have hung there for a long, long time. Yeah, it was very stylized. I was kind of okay with that. The thing that really got me was watching the bodies of the children drop was to me horrifying. And I wasn't like, I knew what was coming, but that was
Yeah.
shocking to me. Yeah, I'd give it a 7.5. Max may have said that too, but yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I agree with Jeffrey that it wasn't too scary. It was more just disturbing in parts. I also agree with Max that the vampire was fucking hot. And I think that they nailed the style. I think all the beats made sense, like Belle going into high school in the Pacific Northwest. Some of the characters fell a little flat for me. Like I know we mentioned already, but Jacob was a little off. I didn't really understand that whole plot line, with the werewolves. But all in all, I really like Nosferatu.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. I do wish I now wish there was a Twilight 4 movies and Nosferatu's edited in every time Edward's on screen. And vice versa. But I also want to say, who here has seen Dracula with Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman?
Me.
I think it's just, I would suggest it. Josh, Keanu Reeves gives a horrible main performance. Nicholas Holt is better. I mean, he's good, but the accent is fucking atrocious. But
It's really
it's
bad.
almost like, I honestly think there's something to it in that it's messier than Nosferatu. It's a little all over the place. It feels like you're like, what the fuck? But that kind of all adds to it a little more for me, in terms of stylization and intent going hand in hand. I think it's a really fun watch.
Nice.
Josh, did you give it a rating?
Oh yeah, 7.
I'd also give it a 7. 7.5.
I kind of want to know.
Mm.
I am curious to hear what real cinephiles, if they were to listen to our conversations, like about this movie or anything else, I feel like we would exact a rage that I don't think we would be able to handle. Like if that community were to watch this show, I think they'd hate it.
I think it'd be funny if there was a reaction of people looking for a very serious movie podcast of like cinephile fucking movies, and we were like, dude, fucking Shrek. Dude, Shrek fucked me in the ass last night. I sucked Shrek's dick. Also, Nosferatu, not that fucking good. That would be funny. Um, oh, I wanted to say Aaron Taylor Johnson, I love him. I thought he was horrible in this. I think he was horribly miscast. I think it made no sense. I do not think he could handle it. I think he's really good at playing weird dudes in movies, and I think this was way too normy of a role for him, and I don't
Was
think he
he
did.
one of the werewolves?
All right.
Stop.
Moving on.
Max, who would you have cast in Aaron Taylor Johnson role?
Oh, wait, let's do casting.
Let's do casting,
We
guys.
haven't done casting in
We've been
so
casting
long.
forever.
Jeffrey's Nosferatu.
Jeffrey's Robert.
Yeah.
Pattinson.
Jeffrey's
What?
the naked girl at the beginning who rides the horse, because I want to see him naked riding a horse and being sacrificed.
Okay. Okay.
I'm the
Yeah.
horse.
You're the horse?
We know.
I don't know. What are the casting?
Okay.
I think I'm more of like a Bella.
All right, this bit, buried. Bury the bit.
Ooh, he didn't like the bit.
No, I like the bit, but I want to hear the casting.
Jeffrey's Lily Rose Depp.
Hell yeah.
I would say Josh, if that's the case, Josh is Nosferatu.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm Nicholas Hoult,
Okay.
and Max is Willem Dafoe.
Oh shit, I get to be Willem Dafoe. Hell yeah.
You're the most I don't know. There's something about you, Max, that I feel like when you're no, put it back in. No. I feel like when you're ew. I feel like when you're in your honestly either 50s or 70s, it'll be one of the two. You are going to look exactly like Willem Dafoe.
That's a crazy thing to say, and I'm so excited now. I'm very thrilled.
It's a compliment. Yeah.
I would love to be one director's like, well, he's gonna be the freaky dude in this one, like Robert Eggers does with Willem Dafoe. That'd be fun.
I think that's an incredibly attainable goal for you.
I want to age like Betty White.
Really long.
Okay.
But okay, cool.
Also, I realized we didn't talk about it for a sec. Just going back real quick. The guy who played like the henchman, like the underling
Yeah,
to
with the
Nosferatu,
Ralph.
fucking rocked.
His name's Ralph Ineson. He's in several.
No, that's the doctor. No, I mean like the guy locked. That's Simon McBurney.
Oh, Nosferatu's henchman.
Yeah.
He was good. His fucking crazy weird. That scene would have fallen flat and been like, "Ooh, look how crazy I am" in any other movie, but he killed it. He did great.
Yeah.
That would. You know who plays him in Dracula? It's literally also I didn't realize how much Nosferatu and Dracula are just the same story. The guy who plays that character in Dracula is Tom Waits, the singer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. All right. Now on to the reviews. These three watched Nosferatu, generated a name, age, and location for a character, and then wrote a movie review in their voice. I also want to go back real quick. Your Twilight bit is funny, Josh. I like that bit. It was getting in the way of the casting conversation.
Is it a bit?
You'll hear each of them read 4 main sections. 1, character bios. 2, get to know you questions. 3, improvised responses. And 4, the movie review. Everything except the improvised responses have been written for them beforehand. This is also the first time the contestants have seen each other's work. It's a cold read. They have no idea what they're about to say. And I have no idea which of them made what character and corresponding review. The writer is not necessarily the reader, and I have to guess who wrote what. They're trying to trick me because if I get them all wrong, I lose. But if I get even one right, then whichever one of them I score the lowest is the loser. No matter what, someone's getting shafted. There will always be a loser, and
Losers get
punished.
Losers get punished.
We'll start by getting to know each character with a structured interview, do some off-the-cuff Q&A as a group, and to finish off, we'll hear the reader's movie review.
Max.
Yeah.
Hey, how on a scale of 1 to 10, how scared are you about getting all of these wrong today? I just like to get a temp check. Instead of we get the dread at the end, but I think we should get the dread a little bit more at the beginning.
Yeah. You remember my object permanence thing with money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
It's a similar
I thought
thing.
about that today.
So did I when I bought a latte I didn't really want. So actually I really wanted it. I don't know what I want. I uh I also have kind of an emotional object impermanence in that if I lost last week, I come into this podcast with a horrible dread of losing. But if I haven't lost in the past couple too, I'm like everything's fucking roses until the guessing time, and then the dread kicks in hard. It's not really a slow burn of dread. All right, it kind of feels like when Nosferatu is drinking the guy's blood. It's like big dread gulps start happening. Our first reader is Avery. Avery, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review? Well, now I'm scared of losing. You fucking put it in my head. God damn it. Fuck.
Hello, sir. My name is Billy Baldwin. I'm 27 years old and I live in Snyder, Nebraska. And the title of my review is The Attack.
All right, Billy. Welcome to the show. Would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
What's it to you, Guido? We don't take too kindly to outsiders. Whatever, I'll fucking tell you about me anyway, though. I've never left this town. No need, I run this joint. They call me Bad Billy, 'cause I'm the toughest motherfucker in all of Snyder. I do all kinds of bad stuff, and I'm not friends with nobody! I smashed up a bar just for fucking fun, and then stole the town school bus into the lake. A young boy died. After I was caught stealing old Mrs. Nanner's china plates to pawn for weed. The cops made me go to therapy, else I have to do time. Whatever. Shrink's making me write down poetry whenever I feel too angry. like now, looking at your face. I just can't stop looking at your stupid face. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Bulls, don't interrupt me. The bulls lock their horns, pushing back and forth, snorting, grunting, moaning. Why does one have a suit jacket? I feel better.
I'm a bull. Okay. I'm not a huge fan right now, Billy, but we all change. Billy, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In jail or dead?
Yeah, me too. Me too. Is that it? That's where you see yourself. No more. All right. Well, real positive outlook. Billy, look, I'm sure it hasn't always been. Billy, did you ever have a best friend?
Once.
Yeah.
Scooter.
Oh,
He
sorry. Just finish. Just keep going.
he and I would go out roaming every night. Just us. And one day he touched my hand and I punched him so hard he threw up. And the next day he left and I haven't smiled since. Kind of looked like you, come to think of it. His lips were full. I see the corn in front of me. I cannot look away. I long to unzip its boot-cut denim husk and hold its dimpled shaft in my calloused hands, mouth watering for a taste of its sweet juice. Fucking love corn.
Interesting, Billy. Okay. You're a little more complicated than I initially thought. Does anyone else have any questions they'd like to ask Billy?
Yeah, Billy. Before you're falling out, you and Scooter ever wrestle?
Good question.
Shut up. Yeah, we did. And one time One time he got on top of me and he had me like this. And I could see in his eyes that there was a whole world that I wasn't a part of yet. And I hadn't gone to therapy yet, and that made me so mad. I wanted to know, I wanted to reach in those depths and know what his secret life was like. So I told him that if he ever pinned me down again, I'd kill his sister.
Oh.
He didn't leave then, though. I miss Scooter.
Jeffrey, do you
miss him like I miss him like the dry lands, miss the rain, the water trickling, dropping, patting down. So sweet, so gentle. I wonder what trickled out of him.
Oh.
Into my veins, over me, longing, forgotten. I'm done.
Okay. It's hard to tell sometimes, Billy. Jeffrey, do you have a question for Billy?
What's your therapist like? Is he cool?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Kind of reminds me of Scooter. Kind of reminds me of Guido down here. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Look up. Can you hear
Yeah.
me? Can you
I remind you of your therapist and your.
Can you ask me how I'm feeling right now?
How are you feeling right now, Billy?
Bad. I'm done. That's all I had to say.
I'm glad I could help. Okay, Billy, what did you think of the movie?
Man, I'm gonna beat your ass. What the fuck was this gay ass movie? I'm so fucking mad. I'm gonna write a poem. I
Okay.
see a figure outlined against the harvest moon. He wears a dark suit, jacket, and his vampire fangs glint like the chrome off a Chrysler. He approaches. I feel the dry, wheat whisper breath of his voice on my ear. He bites my neck, drinking, 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 like my dad. Before, during, after the divorce. I begin to change. My fangs grow sharper than the combine that caught Pa Miller's arm, and my blood drains away, leaving my skin bush light cold. He helps me off the ground where I've been on my back, our work-worn fingers locked together like a car door being welded. Together, our eyes meet, and his seem to go on forever, like Mama Chang's endless Asian-flavored chicken deal. We turn to face that cow-slip moon. We are eternal. We are outside. We are free. Man, therapy fucking sucks!
Yeah, okay. And Nosferatu was gay. Thanks. What did everyone think of our first character, Billy?
Oh, he was a pretty chill dude.
I think he's going through a lot. I think therapy is going to be good for him.
Scooter sounds fucking hot.
Yeah.
So does the therapist. Nice.
A lot of
Well,
hot men.
Billy's got to figure some shit out. Pretty transparent. Fucking, I'm guessing Josh. I'm calling your bluff. Fuck you. You wrote that one. Can you hear my dog snoring? Already. Fuck, I don't like guessing. Should I say that every episode? Every episode, should I go on a weird little, like, not very fun complaint about the fact that I have to guess who wrote which one?
So what's
Central.
crazy and fun
That's-
is
It's crazy, all of us having to put in like real work before every episode, and the bulk of the episode is Max going like, you know what's tough?
I don't
You know
want
what's really
to
actually tough? Max has the least losses out of anybody, and he's like, you know what sucks the most?
He really noticed.
Having to
All
waltz
right,
in here
whatever.
and having a 1 in 3 shot of getting it right. Ugh.
Just write better
Man, your
reviews.
job
Our
is
next
so
reader,
crazy.
just write the funniest review, and you don't even have to be scared. Our next reader is Josh. Josh, please introduce your character and give us the title of your review. Ooh, costume.
My name is Viscount Boyat. I am 502 years old, and I live in my castle. The title of my review is Practice Safe Sucking.
Oh, all right, Count. Well, thank you for joining the show today. Would you please tell us a little bit more about yourself?
New York, 1985. The Big Apple. The parties were raging and the blood was flowing. The night was full of strong young men ripe for our fangs. But our prey beat back. Some of us fell ill. That is when we realized that vampires could get AIDS. We are immortal, but a vampire with AIDS gets sick all the time. Very annoying. An eternity of the sniffles is agony. And so,
Oh my god.
This is crazy.
and so we were forced to cut out a big part of our diet historically. Gay men. And now, 40 years later, there are medicines to stop the spread, like art and PrEP. But the danger is not fully past, and my fellow vampires need to stay cautious. That is why I built this helpful guide so vampires can tell who is a gay. I will start the presentation now.
I'm gonna get canceled. That's the fucking worst PowerPoint.
Slide number 1. Identifying a gay man physical description. They have well-kept fingernails, manicured and sometimes long. They have very nice white, prominent teeth. They wear a lot of black, much leather and capes. Huh. That is funny. I am reading this now and I realize that it sounds like I might be describing a vampire. That is weird.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm curious to see where this one goes. Count, you've dropped a lot of information on us. What is your favorite lunch?
It used to be gay, a man. I do not want to be seen as a bigot for my discrimination. I love gay men. Many of my vampire friends are gay. I was gay from age 380 to 445. I cannot wait to see a day when AIDS is eradicated and I can safely suck gay men again. That is why all proceeds from my seminars go towards AIDS research. Speaking of research, let's look at my next slide. Slide number 2. Identifying gay men activities. They are often found out at night, when it is dark. They have favorite spots to be on the hunt, like parks or abandoned buildings. Many of them have a secret identity, a double life. That is okay. I am starting to notice a bit of a confusing trend here.
Sorry, I was caught up in your research and you kind of went up at the end of the sentence, so I thought you had more to say. Would you okay, this is a fun little game. Would you tell me your life story in exactly one sentence?
Sometimes you gotta be Beauty and the Beast. Nicki Minaj. Speaking of badass bitch energy, let's move on to my next slide. Slide number 3, identifying the demeanor of gay men. They are proud and fierce. They have claws. Rah! They are flamboyant with a flair for drama and theatrics. They have a distinctive way of speaking. Okay. Oh, let's just move on.
All right. Does anyone else have any questions they would like to ask the Count?
Yeah, Count, did you ever have a particularly memorable encounter with a gay man? With a gay man?
I did. My very first. He was a man by the name of Thomas. I found him in a field and I was getting ready to suck his blood. I came up from behind him when he had his pants down. I thought he was urinating, but he turned around and I saw that he was slapping his schwanz. He was pleasuring himself. And I looked down and I thought, oh, that is the most blood I've ever seen in a human organ before. I came up to his penis and I wanted to suck it. And then I got closer and I wanted to suck it. And I did. And cum is similar to blood in many ways, many biomarkers. So it's a win-win.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. Cum, blood, do you have other blood-based fluids that you're into, or are you mostly into those two?
Mucus.
Mucus.
Mucus, it has a couple biomarkers that are similar to blood and cum, like having plasma. But the further you get away from the pure, unadulterated blood, the harder it is to extract the vitamins and the things that keep vampires living so long.
Right. Right.
Tears as well. Tears are great. Keep them in
Breastfeeding
bottles
mothers.
from babies, and I sip on them. That's not so much for the nutrition. That's just more because I like the taste. It tastes like a fear. Sweat. Let us not forget about the sweat. Sweat is like tears, except a little bit less exciting. Are there others? I can tell you what they're like. I've eaten, I've drunk them all. I just need to know. Shit. I've eaten shit. Everybody's tried it. I've lived 500 years. You think I haven't eaten a little bit of shit at one point? I ate some shit. Piss. I have drunk some piss, not even intentionally. I grew up 500 years ago. The sewer systems have improved a lot since then. Saliva. anytime you kiss somebody, you get a little bit of saliva.
There's a lot more bodily fluids than I thought there were.
The oils on the skin, similar. You know, you can even get that from sucking a dick. How you also
Okay.
get the calm.
Um, the Count, what did you think of the movie?
I love to see vampires represented in the media, but they did not ask any real vampires to consult on the set. When I heard production was underway, I sent a bat with my contact information. Sadly, they did not send a bat in return. And so now I want to make some corrections for the purposes of encouraging vampires to practice safe sucking. There was not enough attention paid to the safety measures required when dealing with an outbreak, a plague. The sickness in the movie was obviously a symbolic stand in for AIDS. And the most important thing you can watch out for in your prey is signs of the AIDS virus in progress, which brings me to my final slide. Slide number 4, identifying gay men with AIDS. They are pale. They look frail and lanky with dark, sunken eyes. They sleep all day. They have blood in their mouths. What the fuck? I am done. I am going to work on my bullet points. I'm not taking any questions. Bye-bye now.
If I ever get any sort of like fame or notoriety, this is on the short list of ones I come back and like demand get removed. I've got a short list. I've got a couple. Well, what do we think of the Count?
That was a pretty
I
cool dude.
Mhm.
Pretty chill, dude. Sorry. Yeah, thanks for getting it, Josh.
Okay.
Seems like AIDS is kind of a titchy topic.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll guess Jeffrey for now.
because
Uh,
Jeffrey loves to make fun of AIDS.
he does love to make fun of AIDS. All right. Well, you guys guess below who you think is most likely to make fun of AIDS, and we'll see if you're right. Well, our last reader, speak of the devil, is Jeffrey. Jeffrey, would you please
Jeffrey.
your character and give us the title of your review?
Okay. Fuck. Sorry. Sorry. Fuck, sorry. Oh,
Jeffrey, oh,
I am known by a myriad names. The insatiable, devouring consumption, the relentless, swallowing death, the twin abyss of despair. Yet to those mortals whose trembling forms convulse in endless paroxysms beneath my dominion, one name alone escapes their parched, fevered lips. Magna Suctio. I am eternal. My physical body lies in my tomb. I have taken to this vessel to seek out the substance that holds my secret to eternity. And Max, I bet you look really cool with a cigarette.
uh, thank you, Magna Sactio. Or can you say your name one more time?
Magna Suctio.
Nosferatu, I did pretty good. Well, thank you. That's nice. That's crazy. This came up last week too. Magnosaccio, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I have chosen this vessel for his utility. Golden hair, indigo eyes, a physical presence like that of a perfect Victorian child. Unlike the common vampire, what I crave makes me no common spawn of the night. I scorn the base, corrupt sustenance. Blood. That transient foul fluid which decays and curdles as mortals do. Its fleeting nature, like the frail lives it courses through, is bound by time's inevitable decay. I rise above such ephemeral indulgences, seeking not the dying crimson draught, but the eternal elixir, a wellspring of unending, otherworldly power, the secretion from which life begins. Oh,
Of course it fucking is. That's oh god.
Oh, okay. Magnosaccio. Magnosaccio, what is your secret life hack?
hast thou not heard me? I I drink cum.
Oh,
Oh, how I drink in fathomless measure, far beyond mortal ken. Each cummy libation courses through me, bestowing a decade upon my cursed existence, filling the void where new life might have blossomed, now swirling endlessly within my eternal abyss.
oof. Okay, I get it. You drink cum. It gives you a lot of life. That's a good life hack. It's a good life hack. Have you had a favorite vessel?
Nancy Reagan.
Okay. Good. That one that works. Does anybody else have any questions they'd like to ask Magnus Sactio?
Yeah, I feel like I know the answer, but what's your favorite food, Maggie?
Mm, mm.
It, it, have you not? It feels like the mortals have not really heard a lot of come, come. I slurp my lips around the fountain, and I pull and pull and pull upon the rope into myself, invigorating me and sustaining me until I can find my next victim upon my hunt. I wipe at my lips and feel it gum upon my fingers, creating a gooey paste upon which I may suckle throughout the day.
Okay. Uh Mr. Magna, sir. You mentioned that your favorite vessel was Nancy Reagan. And now you're in our friend Jeffrey. Are there other similarities between Jeffrey and Nancy Reagan that made you choose Jeffrey? Just a couple will do.
It's pleasing to me the way their joints rise to the surface, and the appearance that they might shatter upon the floor if pushed by a gust of wind. From what I can surmise, their fingers are claw-like, always reaching for the next thing they might gobble upon. And politically, wait, politically, they have strongly held convictions, though opposite, though pretty far from each other, are those, but I admire the strength of their convictions. And both are destined for greatness, for great things. One achieved great being more power and not a moral, not a moral, not commenting on the morality of any post, but just a proximity to power. I'm done.
Okay. I forget Mana Sactio, whatever.
Magna Sactio.
Magna Sactio. What did you think of the movie?
I spare no time for trivial spectacle. My purpose beckons, yet ere I commence my dark mission, I must assay this wretched vessel's corporeal fortitude. First, a drop of water. His throat muscles. What paltry, feeble swallowing power is harbored within this boy's mortal frame? A mere whisper of the vigor demanded by the abyssal might I command. Nothing like Nancy Throat Goat Reagan. I cannot guzzle that bitter, viscous lubricant with a gullet as feeble as this. Where in this sickly boy's body will there be room to store the enormous amount of squirmy soup I need to stay alive? I will leave this vessel in search of one more suitable. Christy, here I come.
Yo,
Wow.
what happened?
Damn, that was a lot. All right. What did everyone think of our third character, Magna Sactio?
Pretty chill, dude.
I think that he kind of got mixed around a little bit in some parts of that, but it was just because he was really being himself pretty admirably.
Yeah, okay.
Like he was being himself, and himself is a big character. Yeah, that did what I intended it to.
Yeah, that's great. You're just crushing it left and right.
Yeah, chill guy. Yeah, unsurprising.
Well, this did that thing where the third one really throws my previous thoughts into disarray. So then I'm left pretty much starting from square one after all the reviews, and then I have a really horrible couple minutes. So I'm not locking in any answers right now. You should all pity me. Now that we've heard all the reviews, we're
We
gonna
do.
hear.
But not for the reason you want us to.
Well, now that we've heard all the reviews, let's hear everyone's fuck, marry, kill rankings for the 3 characters we've been introduced to. Dear listener, don't worry. If there are children, we immediately kill them. All children must die, but there are no children this time. I'm gonna kill the Count. Who
I don't
cares?
think you can.
A stake to the heart. I'm gonna marry Billy, and I'm gonna fuck Mag Soctian, whatever his name is. Magna Soctio. I'm gonna fuck him. He needs cum. And I'm
You're
gonna
give it to
I'm gonna give it to him.
I think that's my order too. I'm not necessarily thrilled. I don't like for me, killing the Count is the last one. I like just filling the other two. I don't really want to kill the Count, but I have to kill somebody, so I guess it's him. But I would marry Billy. And I would fuck Magna Suctio. Yeah, he
Oh, it
feels
sucks.
experienced.
Um,
I think it would be exciting.
I'm
Yeah.
only fucking him in the Jeffrey corporeal form, though.
Hell yeah, brother. Fuck yeah.
I am going to kill Billy. I just didn't like his vibe. I am going to marry the Count, and maybe we'll have a talk on some more updated, HIV/AIDS research. We'll take that journey together. I think he's well intentioned. He was trying to educate, just a little misguided. And then I'm also gonna fuck Magna. Yeah.
I'm fucking Maggie for obvious reasons. Marrying the Count because he's got to have a lot of money, being immortal. And I'm killing Billy because I respect you, Jeff. Both you and Max said marry Billy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He seemed a pretty homophobic, and I don't think he would come around the bend fast enough for it to make our marriage a happy one. So I'm just gonna shoot him.
Also, more violent than either of the vampires.
Yeah, he punched his
More like
best
really
friend in the stomach so hard he threw up.
I can change him.
Yeah, but the Count, I couldn't get past the voice. I
The
can't be
voice.
married to somebody who talks
also-
like that all the time.
It also slipped into this weird why is one of you going through and highlighting the script right now?
Whoops, I just kind of do that sometimes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, don't do it while I'm reading from him.
Well, you're not, it was a previous part.
Uh,
Also, for our listeners, there's not a script. This is all off the cuff.
every time. All right.
You would not believe how long the banter it takes for us to write this banter.
Before we officially learn who wrote what, I have to blindly rate the writing and reading we've enjoyed. The scoring categories are, as always, 5 points for the funniest written review, which review made you laugh the most. 4 points for the best written review, which review was crafted most cohesively. 3 points for the best performance, which contestant really brought their character to life. 2 points for the best improvised response, which contestant gave the best improvised response. And 1 point for the best improvised question, which contestant asked the best improvised question. All right, just give me a minute to think. Give me a minute to think.
Give him a second. He needs to get his story straight. His friends are in the bathroom, getting higher than the Empire State.
I hate that fucking band, dude. Little period.
You don't like
You hate
fun?
Fun.
Dog, that's not a good look.
Horrible.
Everyone loves fun.
Isn't one of the guys from Fun now married to Margaret
Qualley?
Yeah, Jack Antonoff,
That's his name.
Taylor Swift's producer. Yeah, he was the
Lamar Barnes'
drummer.
producer.
Yeah, the guy who does
saw
Bleachers.
in
Yeah.
concert. It was pretty good. They had a full
All right.
saxophone thing.
All right. Stop.
He's interrupting me. It's
Stop.
crazy.
Max says,
Let me
"Shut up!"
interrupt Avery.
It's
Best improvised question goes, reinterpreting a classic in a new light was asking Magna Suctio what his favorite food is.
Whoa, didn't think we'd ever get something for that question.
Oh.
Best improvised response goes to Avery when it came to the depths of Scooter's eyes. 3 points for the best performance. Which contestant really brought their... Wait, I'm rescinding her 2 points.
No, get fucked. You already gave him.
No,
Oh,
he's
with the
rescinded
gun.
mine
I'm
before.
rescinding. I'm so sorry. I have rescinded his before. I forgot to update it. It was the Nancy Reagan and Jeffrey similarities. Sorry. I'm giving that the 2 points. That was fucked up of me. I'm sorry. That's
But
horrible.
what's your favorite food? Gets
3 points for the best performance,
It's fine.
also to Jeffrey. Written review, best written review. Best and funniest. Best goes to the Count and funniest goes to Come Vampire. And now I have to guess who wrote each review. Contestants, ready your whiteboards to record your score. If I fail to guess the correct writer, the contestant author gets a point, but if I do find them out, they lose a point. If I fail to guess any of the 3, I lose. If there's a tie, the contestant with the higher scored point category wins. And if I, the host, fail to win or lose for 4 straight games, I automatically lose that game. So I really want to get these right. Does anyone know what number it is for me on that?
You're not, this is your second.
I think it's my third. I think it's third. I should have just went with it. I think Josh wrote the AIDS one. I think Avery wrote the Cum one. And I think Jeffrey wrote the Scooter one. Who wrote Billy Baldwin?
I did.
Who wrote the Count?
I did.
And who wrote the Cum Vampire? Fuck yeah. All right. Okay, everyone hold your whiteboards up with your score, please. 4, 5.
Oh, sorry, 4.
We all got 4.
All got 4. Holy shit. And
Oh.
fuck. I'm so sorry, Jeff.
No, it deserved it. It deserved it.
No, it was funny.
It did.
I actually feel bad. That's a funny review. Fuck. Oh shit, that sucks. That's the worst I've felt. All right. Well, that means I win and Jeffrey loses. Well done, everyone but Jeffrey. For each member of the game show, we've compiled tailor-made punishments. We're going to review our list and find something truly awful for them to do. And since Jeffrey lost, he's going to put himself on mute so we can take a minute to discuss what will be
Nothing outside.
Okay.
outside. Okay. Fuck. All right, Jeffrey, I'm going to read this one for you. Jeffrey, by next episode, you have to drink 6 lemonades / Sprites / Shirley Temples at a bar and act progressively drunker with each one until you announce that you are too fucked up to drive and need to order an Uber. And by announce, it means the bartender has to hear it. Take yourself up. How do you feel about your punishment?
Bad.
Okay, cool. We're a lot of Sprite for you recently.
A lot of liquids.
A lot of liquid. Well, that leaves us with one final matter, and it's learning what movie we'll be watching next week. The winner has the honor of choosing next week's movie, which means I get to enlighten you all with my selection. And I am going to choose the almost 3-hour-long Heat by Michael Mann. Love that fucking movie. Top 4 movie for me. Great movie. All right. Has anyone seen it?
Is that the movie you got upset about when Josh sent a meme one time and it was all related to Heat and you didn't get like the guy who loves Heat? Is that the right thing?
Yeah. No, it was related to a lot of movies.
Okay.
He didn't give me the Heat one, and I
All right.
just watched Heat for like the 4th time, and I was like, "You're not fucking giving me the Heat guy." Yeah. So I like this movie a lot. I actually now am like, there's like 6 more fun movies I kind of wish I'd picked, but I love Heat, so we're gonna watch Heat.
Awesome.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I like Heat. I need to watch it again.
I've
Cool.
never seen it.
I've only
It's
seen
great.
it once.
I think it's great. I think it's great. Have you seen it, Jeffrey?
No, I have not. I have not. So, but I've heard it's great. So I am excited to watch it.
We can do it after you
Put it
Uber
tomorrow.
home.
You can put it on-
We can stop that. I'm not taking suggestions. So
I love how when Jeffrey loses more than once, we have to like just slip on the kid gloves. Like he just absolutely just takes a dive. It's like we dropped you off at an orphanage for the rest of your life.
And normally I used to do, and I had the longest losing streak in this show's history, and I was a fucking champ. So I need you to buck up.
I'm still
Buttercup,
showing
and
up.
not be, no, don't be
I'm
a
still
fucking
here.
loser right now.
what more could you possibly expect than me to be here with a bad attitude?
Listen, everyone. I was raised on rap music. I'm something of a rap connoisseur. I understand the music and its history, and I'm sick of being told which words I can and can't say. I want to sing the whole song. Watch Gaslight Gameshow on YouTube, listen to us on Spotify, and support us on our other platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Patreon. We'll be coming out with a new episode every week, and we'd love to hear from all of you. Comment, reach out, be loud and annoying. We love that. If you comment something funny on any of our social media posts, we'll read it on the episode. And if you're happy and you know it, suck my dick. Tune in soon for more torture. Bye for now.
Goodbye.
Really
That was good.
angry episode.
That was really fucked up, Max.
That was a good outro, Josh.
Hmm.
This is a really smart thing for me to do, but let's go through and say the angriest each person or most upset each person has gotten on the show. I will go ahead and say that I'm proving a male thing right here in that Avery's never actually been unpleasant or had a bad attitude, regardless of what's happening to her on the show.
Yeah, I know my place.
Josh, it's when he lost by a ton a couple weeks ago, I think was the most angry.
That might have been the most angry. I still think about how unjust that was. It was unjust.
I think that was the most angry I got was when me and Josh got in that argument because I didn't understand the way he was responding to my complaint about jokes being too long, and I thought he was just saying fuck you, when really he thought what he was saying was like, no, I understand that. That's not why I'm doing that. And I was furious. I was mad in a way like I usually don't get mad. I was so mad. So that was mine.
Glad that I can bring that out of you.
Yeah, you're
With a misunderstanding.
You're probably top 5 for who would be able through. This is why I put you at the list of dating last week of specific personality and communication mismatches, but liking you, who would make me the maddest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and again, I disagree with that list. I think that list was just your list for me. And then Jeffrey put me last because he was pissed that I was making fun of him because he was drunk, because he said that it was impressive that he looked up every candidate before he voted for him.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I looked at that ballot and I recognized every name.
I think, Max, that was just your list. I think that was just, yeah. You know what? Maybe that was the angriest I've gotten. Saying that I'm the hardest to date. Please.
That's not the angriest you've gotten. Fuck you.
Please, no. Now it's the angriest I've gotten.
The angriest Josh has gotten was when he lost all those times in the first season towards the beginning, and then Max said, haha, Josh, guess who lost again? And Josh had to like take a second, and he actually yelled. We did not cut that out. There is a part of this show.
I knew there was an early one with his streak. That was it. I think I apologized. I think I was like, I'm sorry.
No, the angriest I've ever gotten is when Max said that I would be the hardest to date on his list. That's the angriest I've ever gotten.
The angriest Jeffrey's been on the podcast is after every time he's lost thrice.
This is my first time losing thrice.
Wait, really?
No, you lost in the first season, maybe not 3 times in a row.
But you did
took
lose.
A break and then lost 2 more times.
I thought I handled that pretty well.
I used to feel genuinely bad for you, and then I was like, oh
Cheryl,
wait, they're all being
is this your only
little. That's the angriest I've ever been on the podcast, is realizing how all like you guys getting so upset over losing, and I'm like, oh wait, it sucks, but it doesn't matter.
Well, here's the thing.
I think
Women
think
shouldn't govern because they get too emotional. Okay, men are rational.
Crazy that you just decided to offer that up as for no reason, for zero reason.
Flip it.
Jackson, I have a take.
Flip
Wait,
it.
hold on.
Flip it. I'm kidding.
Jeffrey, what were you
we're
gonna
talking
say?
about we're talking about how we three all got mad and you never did. I'm doing the opposite of what I mean kind of thing, you know?
That's just like the count, and people were getting up my ass for the fucking count. So
I'd get up the count's ass.
Jeffrey, don't be mad.
Don't
I'm
be
not mad.
Listen,
Jeffrey.
we talked about the way we get
Jeffrey.
when we lose. Jeffrey gets really sad.
I don't.
Max immediately thinks about quitting the show, and I get indignant, and I also get really Stalin-y right away. I start just levying accusations because it's unjust. It's unjust what was done to me.
Well, what's crazy is Josh at the beginning of the show lost so many times that he insisted we change the point structure. We changed how we awarded points because he was like, I'm losing too much.
Well,
It doesn't even make sense.
He made a good change to the point structure, in which, you know what? Yeah, but that being said, I don't think the point structure was the reason for my losses. I think I just caught a bad couple losses because we've all had bad streaks since then. Avery broke the record with 4 at once, which was, and she also, if Jeffrey loses next episode, he's gonna kill himself. He's gonna commit seppuku. Avery didn't even it hardly even affected her. It was so impressive.
Well, we don't know how I'm gonna react to for.
Cut myself.
Yeah, Avery self-harms in private when she loses. That's how she copes with it.
That's a woman's work.
As long as it doesn't fucking affect me, you know? Just
Right. I'm being considerate.
Max Dog, you're killing the game out here, my man. Hell yeah, brother. He's holding down the fort.
Yeah, no, he's keeping it real. He's keeping it real.
He's holding down the fort for our invisible listeners, the people who are listening to this show who don't want to admit they are.
I wrote down I thought about starting a segment called Josh Thoughts, where I tell you some of the things that I wrote down. And I didn't expect the AIDS review to get quite the backlash it did. And so
then we're nixing Josh Thoughts because there's already too many Josh Thoughts on the show.
And some of these Josh Thoughts, I think, are not going to be received with the same aplomb as they would have been before.
Okay. Yeah.
But you want to hear one of them?
Name the least bad one, and we'll judge from that.
Okay, the least bad one. What about the movie Mean Girls? But instead of "you can't sit with us," it's "you can't bit with us," like joke.
God, I wish
that was really tame. I actually wasn't expecting that.
Never mind.
So as well.
That was so bad. I want to hear one of the AIDS ones. Go to the other side.